you come forward to start any big project, take it for granted, this committee is with you. Our policy is that we should encourage young entrepreneurs. And most of you should know that without any finance, capital finance, you need not be rich for that. Government provides huge number of loans to you. So using those loans provided by government, you can start several projects. And we need to develop such type of entrepreneurs from you. I'm also a member of the High Power Committee of Swachhandra Corporation, which is a part of Swachh Bharat. For Andhra Pradesh, it is Swachhandra Corporation. The chairman of this committee is the Chief Secretary to Government of Andhra Pradesh. I'm also happy to share with you all that last year I am the Best Teacher Awardee 2015 by Government of Andhra Pradesh. Okay. Those right now before me are the students of University College of Engineering, Kakinada. They are clapping. Other 30 college students also you can clap. I can listen. Okay. Always try to think and participate in the class. I'm telling you, you will be very much benefited. If you listen to my class, these 2 hours sincerely, to the extent possible, you need not have to prepare for gate examination also separately. That is sufficient. I will make you a self-learner. By looking at this picture, you should be in a position to guess in which year this photograph was taken. The name of the person is easily you can find out. It is Gro Harlem Brundtland. She is the 3-time Prime Minister of Norway, and only because of her, in the year 1992, Rio Summit, which is one of the largest non-religious meeting in the world, 192 countries participated in that. In that almost, this lady was saying like she evolved like a hero because of her new concept, and that is SD. SD does not mean you generally ask the first year students to give their SD, self dabba. It is not that SD. SD stands for Sustainable Development. Please write. Important points you write. Everything other than that, everything you need not write, because all this is recorded and you can go through this class once again. This is not a problem. So write only important points that come to your mind. Whatever is there you are seeing, you need not write. That is how you learn. Don't bother about. I assure you, every one of you, you will do exceptionally well in exams and in life also. But you should know how to travel along with me. Let us travel together. Let us talk together. Let us think together. Let us solve together. Let us play together. In 1992, 192 countries, they participated. Largest non-religion meeting, that is. And 1970 Stockholm Conference was conducted. 20 years after that, in 1992, Rio Summit was conducted in Brazil, right? Rio de Janeiro. That is why it is called Rio Summit. 20 years after Rio Summit, she is talking. That means in 2012, she is talking. And this is that photo. That is why it is written there, Rio plus 20. This type of analysis is required. Engineering is all about AA, analytical ability. Analysis means Visleshana. Visleshanatmakanda chadavali. Analysis is the key. Interpretation. How you are understanding that particular thing. The picture does not speak anything. You should understand what. So sustainable development means today we are developing, but today we are using all the water sources. For example, and if the same way if we use the resources, after 20 years, after 30 years, after 40 years, our children and our grandchildren, they will not have any resources. So let us not go for development on a selfish way. We should always think of the next generations. So that is not sustainable development. This has become a very key factor. Any activity should have sustainability. Next please. Now let us come to our subject. Don't write anything. You are all having the syllabus. Just in a very relaxed mode, participate along with me and enjoy the session. If you don't understand a particular point, it is okay. There is no rule that you should understand every point. But don't lose your spirit to listen and appreciate. This subject, though it is entitled Environmental Engineering 1, is basically water supply engineering. And it has 6 units, and this is the syllabus in brief. The detailed syllabus you will be having. The first unit is protected water supply and water demand. My water should be treated and good quality water, which is called safe water, which is called wholesome water, which is called potable water. Why potable water is to be supplied? What happens if we drink water which is contaminated? In the earlier times, actually, engineer means engineer is an engine who supplies neer. Neer means water. Neer means actually life. In Mahabharata it says, one question was asked, what is Jivanadharam? Jivanadharam yedi. Jivan means life. Adharam means what is the main reason for, what is the main root for support for life? Yudhishthira replies, it is the clouds, Megham. Megham means water. So only because of water is Jivanadharam. For life to exist, water is most essential. That is why water and life both are synonyms. So engineer means engineer is an engine who gives neer. Neer means life. That is why engineers are life givers. They give life to the society by supplying water. So water supply engineering is nothing but life-giving engineering. You are giving life. It's life engineering. That's why it is very lively. The second unit is about sources of water, how to take water, and then how to do the piping. The third unit is about what quality of water should be used for industries, what quality of water should be used for drinking purposes, what quality of water is required for swimming, what quality of water is required for gardening. These are all of different qualities. So that quality aspect we study. It's not only for drinking, for construction. What quality should be there? I will tell you a thumb rule. The thumb rule is that any water which is potable is automatically suitable for construction purposes. This is called thumb rule. Please write the word thumb rule. What is the thumb rule? General rule. Maybe there is no science, it may not be science based, but it is common sense based. Such type of rules, they are known as thumb rules. So what is one thumb rule related to water supply engineering? Any water which is potable, which can be used for drinking, is automatically suitable for construction purposes. And also other domestic purposes. Dome means home. Domestic purposes means household purposes. Purposes for home. What are the other domestic purposes? Very good. Gardening. Any other? washing clothes, cleaning utensils, flushing water closets, floor washing, bathing, cooking. For all these purposes together, they are known as domestic purposes. So any water which is suitable for drinking is automatically suitable for other domestic purposes as well as construction purposes. This is one very good fundamental principle in civil engineering, more so in environmental engineering. That is water supply. Chapter 3 is about that. Chapter 4 is about how to treat water. Today, seawater is converted to drinking water. Sewage, municipal sewage is converted to drinking water. There are so many industries where the industrial sewage from different parts of the industry is completely reused. The same water they use for drinking. There are so many municipalities and residential complexes in the developed countries where sewage, municipal sewage coming from the water closets is fully treated and then it is used for drinking. It is called new water. Please write a new term. New water. What is meant by new water? New water is sewage treated water is known as new water. Water after treatment of sewage, we get the treated water. Sewage, if it is treated, that treated water is known as new water. There is a new terminology. But it has become a fashion that every college, every student of the country, every student of the world, they should treat Jntuk Kakinada student as role models. It is possible only if a student comes with two things as weapons to the class. One is dictionary, because we are very weak in English language. That can be overcome only if you bring a dictionary. The second one is calculator. If you don't have the habit of bringing calculator, you are gone. Once again, I request you, just show your calculator also. Just have it. A candidate కూడా చూపించండి ఆడే ఇంపార్టెంట్ చక్రవర్తిని టార్గెట్ చేస్తే వాళ్ళు కూడా కనబడతారు ఓకే ఓకే గుడ్ గ్రేట్ గ్రేటెస్ట్ థ్యాంక్ యూ that should be the spirit of every student. The moment you have a small habit, a habit today, a legacy tomorrow. A small habit like bringing dictionary, bringing calculator every day makes a very big difference in your life. So elixir means magical potion. Now in the dictionary you see the term potion. It is given as a magical drink. Potion word actually has come from the Sanskrit word poshana. Poshana means nourishment. The child is nourished by her mother's milk. So poshana means nourishment. So water is the elixir of life. Because of water, there are so many benefits. It is only water is the thing which gives life. It is the stuff of life. Now, these 4 points you may note down just once again, even though it is recorded. The per capita water demand is 135 LPCD. Capita means per person. Capita means person. Per capita means per person. Per capita water demand is 135 LPCD according to for Indian conditions. 135 liter per capita per day. Why we require 135 liters? For drinking about 5 liters, for cooking about 10 liters, for washing clothes and cleaning utensils about 30 liters, for flushing toilets or water beds around 30 liters, for bathing around 70 liters. All things put together it comes to 135 liters. Population of Kakinada is, let us say, 4 lakhs. If somebody asks you what is the population of Rajahmundry, you need not know it. Exact value is not required. The moment I say population of Kakinada is 4 lakhs, you should know that population of Rajahmundry is around 4 lakhs. If somebody asks you what is the population of another city like Yelur or Bhemavaram or Ongol or some remote place, this forms something like a scale. Based on this, you should be in a position to guess. So how to find the water demand for a city like Kakinada? You have to multiply. It is 400,000 tons into 135 liter per person per day. So person they get cancelled. You will get the value of 1000 liter is equal to every student, unless you try, put pen on paper and try yourself, you will very easily understand. Initial stages of your life, if you do not, in my classes, if you do not try, simply listen. Future classes will be very tough. You cannot understand anything. And I assure you, you follow my words sincerely and apply your mind and put some efforts. Just before the exam, if you read also, you can do exceptionally well. So 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liter. So this comes to 54,000 meter cube per day. This is called 1 meter cube is 1000 liters. So it is also called 1 KL, kiloliter. So this comes to 54,000 KLD, kiloliter per day. Or simply 54 MLD. MLD means million liter per day. Million means 10 to the power of 6 liter. So this is equal to 54 into 10 to the power of 6 liter per day. So it comes to 54 million liter per day. This you should always remember as a scale. Whenever I say design a city for a population of 10 lakhs, immediately, or 8 lakhs, you design a population. Immediately you should know for 4 lakhs population, this is the design. For 8 lakhs, how much it should be. Like that. It forms a scale. Next please. Now let us come to we are now in the main subject of water supply engineering, environmental engineering. Water demand is the first topic, first chapter. We have already started. Let us see how much water is required for Kakinada. 54,000 meter cube per day. That is 54 MLD. Now, what is the source? What are the various sources and what is their capacity to supply water? We will see. All these points you have to note down briefly. Open wells in our houses, they have a capacity of about 100 meter cube per day or 200 meter cube per day sometimes. Open well means it is also known as shallow well. Depth is very less. Shallow means depth. If somebody has no content, no subject, we say he is a very shallow guy. That means his knowledge is very less. That is a general usage. So our houses, every house has a well. Generally in the northeast direction, a well is placed. That is general in India. That has a capacity of about 100 meter cube per day. Village wells will be there. Communities, some 100 houses together, they will be having one well in villages, etc. That may have 200 meter cube, maximum 200 meter. Whereas if you go to depth, if you use 3 or 4, 2 or more water strata, if you use, the capacity can be increased. The capacity of tube wells or deep wells is 5,000 meter cube per day. You understand any one value, if you know it is okay. 10,000 generally is not obtained, 5,000 meter cube per day. But in places like Canada, the capacity of tube well could be as high as 15,000 meter cube per day. Because there is so much of water that the moment you dig, water comes out. That is why these areas, western Ishwara districts, are known as rice bowl of the country. Because there is so much of water. Credit goes to Sir Arthur Thomas Cotton, who constructed the Dhavaleswara Manikat, and the water level raised because of that huge reservoir and the hydrostatic force. All the water percolated into the ground, and the whole ground in and around is full of water. Entire area is with a network of irrigation canals. If water is there, life is there. Take for example Kadapa district. The population is decreasing. Every year the population of Kadapa is decreasing because water is very less there now. The moment water is not available, industries cannot survive. People cannot survive. Agricultural levels, they drop out. Life, there will not be any life. Whereas the population of Kakinada is 50 lakhs in 2011. Today it is almost 70 lakhs. So the moment the surplus amount of water is there, population increases. People come to that place. There is another one, and that is the rivers. If the flow is more than 10 meter cube per second, we call it as a river. If it is less than 10 meter cube per second, we call it as a stream. And whenever we say flow, it means design flow. Design flow means an engineer, dictionary meaning is designer. So whenever we design structures for a particular flow, we should take for the maximum flow. For example, you are designing a bridge, the pier, the column of it. For what force it should be designed? For maximum flow only. So maximum flow comes once in 60 years. Chennai floods have come, worst flood of last 100 years. But generally, engineering, we design for the worst flow or maximum flow of 60 years. So when I say design flow in rivers means the 60 years, the maximum flow that is possible is so much. That is meant by design flow. The another source of water is filtration gallery. Gallery means just like this hall, it is a tunnel, 2.5 meter width. As a typical example I am giving, instead of saying that small, some width and some depth, I am giving some values. 2.5 meter width, 2.5 meter height. It is a tunnel like thing which is laid underground parallel to the river bed. Today it is extensively used. What happens with this is the river water, sweetness of the river water quality will be, and just like groundwater, it is 100% safe from bacteria as well as turbidity. So groundwaters do not have any turbidity, any murkiness. For example, murki is a Hindi word, it is a Urdu word, it is a Hindi word, it is a Telugu word. But today if you see dictionary, you will find the word murki. Do you find? Murkiness means dirtiness, dirty. It is turbidity, resistance to passage of light. So such type of your vocabulary increases, and only if you possess a dictionary, make friendship with a dictionary. What is given? Murkiness means? Dark or dirty. So groundwaters do not have any turbidity. What is another problem with water, drinking water? It contains lot of disease-causing bacteria. Groundwater never contains disease-causing bacteria because the sand through which it flows, it filters them. So the main disadvantage, both are removed by ground itself. So if you construct a gallery very close to a river, the sweetness of river water is there anyhow, and river water contains lot of turbidity, it contains lot of disease-causing bacteria. Both are removed by the sand bed, because between the river and this gallery there is some sand bed. So that removes this. So that is the best option actually. So this has a capacity of every 1 meter length of gallery gives 10 meter cube per day. For example, Kakinada requires 54,000 meter cube per day. So what should be the length of infiltration gallery? 54,000 divided by 10. So 5400. That means if it is about 5 kilometers of gallery, if you can construct, that can cater to the needs of Kakinada. Something like that. Next. I'll give a small problem. Don't worry if you don't get the answer, but don't fail to participate in that. Okay, solve this problem. Maybe I have solved it, but just try to observe very keenly. Observe, absorb, and apply. That is how the spirit of a student should be. Observe very keenly, absorb deeply, and apply meticulously. Chennai recently, what is the rainfall? In 5 days, 500 mm of rainfall was there, which is the highest in the last 100 years. But how do we design structures or sewer pipe or stormwater drains, etc.? We design for the 60 years long. That is a different thing. In 5 days, 500 mm was there, rain was there. On a single day, Chennai airport recorded a rainfall of 260 or 270 mm in a single day. But if you, so what is the Q max? Area of Kakinada is 25 square kilometer. If somebody asks you what is the area of Rajahmundry, you should be in a position to say it is 25. Exact value is not required, but you should have some idea. What is the area of Amaravati? Amaravati area is 250 square kilometer. 250 kilometers square. Chennai area is 400 square kilometer. So if somebody asks you what is the area of Hyderabad, you should say around 400 square kilometer. That much of common sense you should have it. And it's called sense of proportion. Now 400 square kilometer, 250 mm per day. If you multiply, you should understand mm is means something like meter. How much water you will get? 400 square kilometer to 250 mm per day. You will get 400 into 10 to the power of 6 meter square into 0.25 meter per day. So 400 into 0.25 comes to 100. So 100 into 10 to the power of 6 meter cube per day. It comes to 100,000 MLD, billion liter per day. So much of rain was there. All these students, you must understand all these things. When you see the examination, the same question I will give. Same question. I will simply change the numericals. That's all. And I will not bother about in the end examination also. Don't bother much about the answer. Your procedure. Do it in a systematic way. Write units. Write units. Write units. You will not do mistake. If I say mm per day, immediately it should come to your mind means it is in the form of meter per second. If it is meter per second and the area is in kilometer square, immediately you should know that it is meter square. If you multiply meter square into meter per second, you will get meter cube per second discharge. Is it clear? So that is Kakinada is 50 MLD and this flow in a single day is 100,000 MLD. That is one part of the question. The second part of the question is, in 5-day period, how much rain was there? What is the quantity of water collected by Chennai? 400 to 10 to the power of 6 meter square is the area multiplied by 500 mm in 5 days. That means the average is 100 mm per day. So 0.1 meter per day into 5 days. This comes to 200 into 10 to the power of 6 meter cube. It comes to how many TMC? TMC means 1000 million cubic foot. It is a unit of volume, not discharge. 1 TMC is equal to 28 into 10 to the power of 6 meter cube. So 7 TMC of water, so much quantity of water was given to Chennai. This is called rainwater harvesting. What is meant by harvesting? Using it properly for our benefits. What is it? Application of mix and sciences for developing technology for the benefits of mankind. So when so much of water is there, and water is the very big problem today in the entire world, all that water, rainwater, how to use it, harvest it properly for the public. That is engineering. That is water supply. Because rain is the basic source of water. Is it clear? Hope you have understood. Okay. We will solve two more problems, two more things we'll see, and after that I will give you a chance to share your views, what you have understood, things like that. Next please. Don't write anything. Just observe and enjoy. Pictures are catchy. They are long lasting. If you learn anything through a picture, it will be imprinted in your subconscious mind. You will very easily remember it for life. Potable water. Pot means pot. Any water which is stored in a pot for drinking purposes, it is called potable water. So potable water means drinking water. It is not portable. Potable. It is also known as wholesome water. It is also known as safe water. These are the synonyms of drinking water. What are the functions of water? Let us just see. Don't write anything. Don't write anything which is there on the screen. It is your property. What you will write? Whatever your mind tells you something, you have understood in a different angle, or you felt that another function also is there of water. That point you write. You write your own point that comes to your mind. Don't write blindly copy things. It will not help you. This all is your property. It's your right. The first thing water does in a human body when we drink is it acts as a lubricant. All the joints, etc., they need a lubricant. And it is not the oil that you have to put or drink. You drink water, it acts as lubricant. Second one, our body, after certain amount of sodium chloride is there, body, if it is there inside the body, it is very dangerous to the body. So that excess salts, it throws out. It is a defense mechanism. It completely protects your life. It is a life giver. It is a life protector also. In the form of sweat, urine, and feces. Feces means, see the dictionary. This is a very important word. Solid waste matter, like excrement. Feces is known as feces. Fish. The pronunciation is fish. You cannot use the words like as you are all English. Very diplomatic guys, very powerful guys. Your language should be very nice, apt. You should not use the word like shit. They are very wrong things. For birds and animals, it is known as droppings. Whereas for humans, it is fish. So don't use any other word. It is fish. So in the form of sweat, urine, and feces. It throws all those waste out. Another thing is, water gives luster to the skin. There are two spellings for luster, L-U-S-T-R-E or L-U-S-T-E-R. Both are same. You can use any spelling. What is meant by luster? Glow, shining. If you want your skin to shine, glow, then you need to drink as much water as possible. Drinking water is a very good habit. If you don't drink water, what happens is, the thing that happens is the kidneys, they start damaging. Today you will not know it, but it will start after 10 years, after 20 years, after 30 years. The kidney, if you drink less amount of water, thinking that if I drink water, I have to visit the restroom or washroom frequently, so let me drink less amount of water. If you think like that, the kidney will not spare you. It will be damaged. And by the time in the next few years, you will pay the heavy penalty for that. And also, many girls today, doctors say that many girls, they complain of one problem, and that is kidney stones. All this, the main reason is they do not drink water. Why they do not drink water is probably one reason is because they have to visit toilets frequently, restrooms, and the restrooms are not neat and clean. That is why our Prime Minister Narendra Modi and our Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu also, they are now very much encouraging for these washrooms and neat and clean restrooms. Okay. Have you got it? Good. How many of you know that these are all the functions performed by water inside our body? What you are thinking till now? Why we drink water? Because we have to drink. What are the functions it has to do? Mother will feel bad. Mother will say, or teachers say, or books have written that we should. That's all. We do not have a single reason, but it does so much. Next, please. Okay. What are the advantages of water? Drinking water. Don't write anything. It has become a habit for you that I am telling you not to write, and still you are writing. Just listen. The entire material is yours. It's not mine. Once a word has come out from my mouth, it is yours. Once something is written by me on this board, it is yours. If you drink safe water or potable water or wholesome water, as many as 20 well-known diseases can be prevented. Waterborne diseases. In addition to that, kidney problem also will be solved. Do you know the cost of kidney transplantation? If your kidney is damaged, how much money you have to spend? Nearly 20-25 lakhs. That means today you have a good habit of drinking water now and then. Then you have already saved 25 lakh rupees. That is why Mahabharata says Arogyam Mahabhagyam. Bhagyam means profit. So today your habit will earn 25 lakh rupees in the future. What are the diseases that can be prevented? One is diarrhea. Diarrhea is the number one child killing disease in the world. In India also. Person suffers from motions, cholera, typhoid, paratyphoid, dysentery, hepatitis. The common name is jaundice. No, hepatitis again, hepatitis A, B are there. Then poliomyelitis. These are all the common waterborne diseases. They can be prevented just by drinking safe water. Child means of age less than 5 years only. This is general knowledge. This is aptitude. This is common sense. Such questions only are asked in GATE examination also now. All competitive examinations, such type of questions are asked. What is the age to be called a child? You should know that it is less than 5 years. Maybe it's a very simple thing. No teacher tells you in particular. You should know it. When you know it, you should somehow try to remember it by telling it to your friends. Mortality rate. Child mortality rate is 22,000 per day. Majority, every day, 22,000 children of age less than 5 years are dying. The main reason is, one of the main reasons is lack of sufficient amount of water. Even today, there are millions of people, hundreds of millions of people who travel 10 kilometers also just to fetch a pot of water. Today, I was seeing in Hyderabad, several places in and around Hyderabad. Today morning, there is a news in some in which he was telling, he was showing, he was interacting with the students of Jntuk Hyderabad hostels. Do you know what the students were telling today morning? The students are telling that in Jntuk Hyderabad main hostel where BTech students they stay, for the last 2 months, there is no drop of water. They have to go to different other hostels and distant places to drink or to bathe or for any purpose. It is only a hostel. It is not providing water. Last 2 months that is the situation. Very recently they are borrowing water from using some vans and then they are supplying. Is it the case with you? Your skin is so much glowing. The reason is, what is the reason for that? The glow of your skin? Why you are all looking so young? Because of water. Good. Now you have come to limelight. In India, population of the world is 700 crore. India population is 130 crore. So proportionately, if you say in India the number of deaths should be around 3,000 per day. But in India, the deaths are 7,200 per day. That means compared with the world average, India, the value is much more aggravated. That means there is no proper water supply in India. Next, please. Let us have a small glance at some of the structures related to water. This is, you are able to see a original city well, 34-foot diameter, 65 feet deep, hand dug in 1895. Almost 120 years old well. It is completely dug by hands. Hands means not only hands, not with nails, but with hand tools. Can you name some of the hand tools? One is shovel. Another one is crowbar. Crowbar means gonapam. Crowbar. Spade. Soper. Please write. 2, 3 hand tools. You should try to use these words only in future. You should say spade. S-P-A-D is spade. Crowbar. Spelling. Okay. C-R-O-W-B-A-R. Crowbar. Shovel. S-H-O-V-E-L. Shovel. Say hand tools. If you start using such a small words in English only, then people will develop automatically a lot of respect and reverence to you. They will look at you with pride. Then they will ask you, how come there is so much of change in you? Then you should say, the credit goes to Moocs. Next. This is another hand dug well. It is actually a mine, a diamond mine in South Africa. But you can imagine how deep it is, but still it is hand cut. Why it is handmade? Because there is a sentiment in people, in all the countries of the world, that when they use machinery and dig, it leads to exploitation. We should not exploit nature. Nature provides for every man's need, but no man's greed. So if you are exploiting using machinery, that will definitely curse you. This is a very historical water supply scheme for Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam in Tirumala. What are the technical points? If somebody asks you what is the technical points of Tirumala, you should not say it uses pumps, it uses pipeline, it supplies water. That should not be your answer. Your answer should always talk technically. These things you must remember. And the other thing is 4.5 MLD water is supplied. For Kakinada, it is 50 MLD. So 10% of that. What is the pressure required? 55 kg per centimeter square. For an apartment, 5-story, 6-story, 10-storied apartment is there. 10-story apartment. What is the height of that? 10 into 3 meter. 30 meter is the height. So what is the pressure required? 30 meter is the head. That means 0.3 kg per centimeter square pressure is required. So like that you have to imagine. Whereas this is 550 meter head, half kilometer head. So the pressure is 55 kg per centimeter square. In our houses, the pump that we use will be hardly some 10 meter or 20 meter. 20 meter means 2 kg per centimeter square. We always deal with pumps of 2 kg per centimeter square, whether it is individual house or apartment. Only 2 kg per centimeter square. That is 20 meter head. Whereas here it is so huge. And what is the area? 25. You must have seen in the newspapers some 3 weeks before, when there was a rain in Tirumala, they constructed a reservoir. The single day rain could completely fill the reservoir in Tirumala, and for the next entire year, that water collected is sufficient. How is it possible? Rainwater is given by God. You harvest it properly. Then what happens? You can use that water for the entire year. You can use. Today, harvesting rain is a very good project aspect. Next, please. Now, the latest technology related to water supply is that in a remote area, there is no electricity also. It is a desert area. Provide a small pipeline. The flow will be very less. Use solar power. Convert the electrical energy. This small pump, it works, submersible pump, and it supplies water at a very slow rate, but it is okay. A desert land can be converted into a very fertile and rich land without consuming, without depending on anybody other than nature. Yes or no? So your ideas as civil engineers, your target should always be like this. You should use renewable energy sources like solar energy to supply water to remote areas which are deprived of water. Next, please. I told about infiltration gallery. To construct infiltration galleries and to increase their efficiency, such type of systems are provided. Next. Same case. Next, please. Have we ever imagined that water will be sold, drinking water will be sold? It was beyond our imagination. It is our imagination or the imagination of your parents. What was free? But today, the costliest water is of the brand called Hua. If you see the movie Iga, the heroine asks him for water, and he takes lot of risk to give her the best quality of water in the world. And then he gets that bottle that bottle is Hua. If you have that memory power, you will recognize. It is the costliest water brand. Now, Kinley water, but let us say, is another brand. It costs about 20 rupees per liter. Whereas today, almost all engineering colleges are having RO plants. Do you know the cost of supply? Almost 1 liter costs about 5 rupees. So JNT University campus also, we have water supply facility using RO. It costs about 4 rupees. Next please. There is a general statement that says, don't drink water in the developing countries. Don't write all these things. They are all yours. Don't drink water in the developing countries. Don't breathe air in developed countries. Today, the main problem in developing countries like India, India is still a developing country. It is water. Whereas in developed countries, the main problem is air. Today, for example, Shanghai is there. It is the most polluted city. Istanbul is there, highly polluted. You have seen in the movie Dukudu, but it's highly polluted. Next please. What is time now? It is 12:25. In another 10 minutes, we'll conclude. Very quickly. Next. Next. There are several meanings for the next. 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 Yeah. We'll solve a small problem. Don't do anything. Just observe it. Let us study about our own state first. This is near Ongole. There is a place called Chemakurti. World's best quality granite is supplied from this place. If you take a 10 kilometer by 10 kilometer by area, mining is generally done to a depth of 30 meters, sorry. So much volume of granite is obtained. Granite cost is 80,000 rupees per meter cube. Very easily, it is much more than that actually. Ton itself costs about 80,000. Ton. 1 meter cube comes to nearly 2.5 tons. So I have taken a very small value. So what is the cost of the granite? Available only in Chemakurti. That to a small area of 10 kilometer by 10 kilometer. It is 24 lakh crore. What is the annual budget of Andhra Pradesh? 1.5 lakh crore. What does it mean? What does it mean? If we use our resources, our potential properly, then the state can be one of the richest places in the entire country, in the entire world. Next please. Only thing is you have to use them. It is something like a black gold for us. It is like a gold mine only. World's best granite is available there. Next please. What is the another asset of this Andhra Pradesh? Is that we have a 1,000 kilometer long coastline. And major sea coast, inside the sea, if you dig the sand, it is generally silica sand which is used for making glass. Next please. This is a sand mining taking place in New Zealand. New Zealand has prospered a lot only because the sea sand mining is done there for quad. They go about to a depth of 30 meters in the sea and they take a lot of sand there, and using that sand they make glass. So because we have 1,000 kilometer long coast, we also should use it properly. 10 minutes. This is Nellore area, Chittoor area, where lot of sand is there. This is not normal sand. This is used for making glass. This is called silica sand. It also is a very rich source. Like this. Like this. See this river. So many people are working there. What are they doing? They are sand mining is going on. And in the small picture you are seeing, so much of sand is lifted. And what is the value of sand? Next please. It is almost 5,000 rupees per meter cube. Just do this calculation. Don't do it. Just observe it. Near Dhavaleswaram, width of the river, Godavari river is 5.5 kilometers. You will see at Dhavaleswaram on the left side. Right side you will find Godavari water. Left side nothing is there. People you will find them playing cricket. It is all completely sand. In this 5.5 kilometer, if you use 3 kilometer width, if you dig sand to a length of 10 kilometer long, what is the value of sand? Sand is dug only for 1 meter depth. That is sustainable mining. So 10 kilometers long multiplied by 3 kilometers, that is 3,000 meters multiplied by 1 meter depth. So much quantity of sand is there. And if you multiply with 5,000 rupees per meter cube, how much it comes? 15,000 rupees, 15,000 crores. And is Dhavaleswaram the only place? You have streams, you have small rivers, you have big rivers, and the length of Godavari river itself is so much. You have river Godavari, river Krishna is there. There are so many rivers in the Srikakulam area and so many other areas where there is no water but sand is there. If you use that, what happens? Every year you can get. If you dig only for 1 meter, well, in Dhavaleswaram, the depth of the sand bed is almost easily 10 meters. 10 meters sand bed depth is. But you are not digging 10 meters, you are digging only 1 meter. Why? After 1 year, that will be replenished. That is sustainable mining. Your grandchildren also will be after 30 years. One generation comes to 30 years. After 60 years also, after 2 generations also, they will be left with sand. So these are all our resources. We should use them wisely. As civil engineers, you should use them wisely. And throughout the world, if you see, whenever there is a coast, they protect their beaches very well. They manage their resources very, very well. We also should use it. Yes, please. I will close this with one small picture, and that is one of my student friends. She always used to say that your class, you show so many beautiful things and create a lot of interest in the students, and you always encourage the students to travel places, see places. Nature is the best teacher. Nature is the number one inspirer. You tell so many things about that. So in future classes also, please see that such things are done. So make it a habit. See that the students visit places, learn themselves. So I will show a few pictures and then we'll go. This is one of the pictures. She is working in US every Saturday and Sunday. It is. She says that she spends time with nature. Excellent. She goes to some place just to enjoy nature. So this is maybe a small picture for you. When you see this, you may not see anything great in this. But if you have the heart, if you have a good heart, then just by looking at this picture, you can spend the whole day, if not the whole life. If you always try to enjoy nature. And whenever land meets water, whenever land and water they come closer with friendship, then that provides the most beautiful scene in the world. So always try to enjoy this type of things. Don't have a very casual look at these things. Try to get involved. in those beauties of nature. Next please. In many places there will be, today it is now going to be a fashion that providers have a single room house. That room itself will be having a small bedroom there. It will be having a small kitchen. It will be having everything, a small drawing room inside. There is a one room house. But in the middle of nature. Next please. Next please. Every weekend, she says she spends in some place, spends time with nature. Next please. We earn money only to spend. This is a typical thing in Netherlands, where you will find in space of roads, you will find small canals like this. Next. This is a very famous rock in Africa, Tanzania, and such type of things encourage a lot of tourism. Andhra Pradesh can generate huge revenue by tourism because we have 1,000-kilometer long coastline and we have huge hills also. Next please. Next please. To construct such type of house, it takes very small time. Next please. Whenever water is there, it provides beauty. It gives life. Next please. Very quickly, just 3-4 are there. Okay, this is another picturesque thing. Next. This is another. Whenever water is there and it meets land, there is no doubt. Okay. I will talk about this particular picture in next class. Next. 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 Many universities in UK, Netherlands, all these areas, there will be definitely one channel, one canal inside the university. And students, they love it. The moment water is there, it fascinates. It makes you think. Next, please. Next. 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 I'm waiting for one picture. Next, please. These are waterfalls in Philippines, Venezuela. Next, please. Next. Yeah. We'll stop it there. You have seen a beautiful world in different countries, different places. But in the process of east or west, home is best. Do you know this totality? You go to any place of the coastal Andhra Pradesh. This is a very common thing. If you have a heart to see, if you have a heart to enjoy, if you are blessed with beautiful eyes, then you can see this in your doorstep. This is a very common scene in the coastal Andhra Pradesh. Only thing is, if we can use our resources properly, this is a picture in fact from East Godavari district, and all these, any coastal district you will find scenes like this. And if we can use all these resources, we can make civil engineering Kakinada, who are writing right now sitting before me, whereas students of other colleges, you can post your questions by web, and then I will answer them in the next class. And next class onwards, you will get opportunity to respond directly, and you will be seen live also by others. So with this, I conclude this, and I invite any 2 or 3 of the students here to come forward and tell any 1 or 2 points you liked the most. Because in the first class, you can just introduce yourself.